How's it going, everyone? Ajax the Mister here with another review for Tokyo Ghoul episode 9. Tsukiyama's back in the game. Tsukiyama's coming in all excited and giddy for Ken Kaneki. And it's freaking hilarious. It's nice to see Tsukiyama back into his usual obsessive persona character. That's another show, but you guys get what I'm saying. Now the guy is back in the group. He's out of his slump, and it really does show how much of a connection this guy has with Ken Kaneki. It's a little bit over obsessive for all the wrong reasons, but at the same time, you can't help but feel a little bit of empathy and happiness for Tsukiyama because now the guy is no longer in the dumps. He's out of his depression, and it's funny to see this guy, you know, make a comeback, bounce back from his, you know, slump and depression into what his character used to be. This aristocratic, lovable person, but at the same time, we all remember all the heinous things that he did. Because not gonna lie, it was extremely hilarious to see Tsukiyama just rolling in his wheelchair, like super excited, overly hysterical, ready to see Ken Kaneki, ready to bounce on that Sasaki D. Well, I mean, not Sasaki. He doesn't care about Sasaki. He cares about Ken Kaneki. So, the Ken Kaneki D. And he's going to have to wait in line for Toka in that department. But, yeah, it was hilarious to see Tsukiyama just freaking out over the thought that Ken Kaneki is still alive. But yeah, a good portion of this episode was mainly just focusing on how Tsukiyama is planning on making Ken Kaneki remember him. Which I'm surprised they really focused more so on that. I thought they were going to just do that for maybe half the episode and then focus on, you know, Sasaki, the CCG and all that. But primarily it was the Tsukiyama through and through throughout this entire episode, which, I mean, it makes sense because the next arc is literally just gonna be that. It's gonna be the Tsukiyama arc. I think it's called the Rose arc, I believe. I could be mistaken on that. But I know in there's an arc specifically tailored to their entire family. And I'm glad that we're getting more characterization with Tsukiyama because of that. Because there's a scene where he just trips on his ass in front of Sasaki. And then all of them kneel down. They're like, hey, man, you okay? Yes, Psycho there looking like, da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Like, I love Psycho. Psycho's freaking hilarious. But that scene really hit home for Tsukiyama because he's like, dude, the guy is right in front of my face and he does not recognize me. That really hit him pretty hard, but it made him all the more, you know, motivated to be like, hey, if he can't remember me, I'm at least going to do other actions that might rekindle his memory. And while we're still on the subject of Psycho, there was a scene where she's in Uta's shop, and because, you know, Sasaki wants to, you know, infiltrate an area full of ghouls by dressing as ghouls or, you know, impersonating ghouls in their disguises, they go to Uta's shop to have him fashion masks for them, and he, you know, Uta's asking everyone's hobbies and, you know, just getting to know them basically. And he asked that of Psycho, and Psycho, I swear that's the definition of anyone today, at least anyone from their early to late 20s, any young adult today is gonna give an answer similar to Psycho. You know, what do you like to do? Sleep, naps, snacks, anime, manga, video games, all of the above. Like, everyone loves that. And I felt like that was really personal because it's like, yo, that's those are some admirable hobbies, Psycho. This is why we all love you in the fandom. But then we finally get the real Kickstarter into the upcoming arc in and that is Kijima. Kijima basically torturing one of the Tsukiyama's family's, you know, subordinates, I believe it was. He was the one that got captured by that pink-haired investigator in, you know, from the Arima squad. So he basically uploaded a video to YouTube or Vimeo, because, I mean, YouTube would ban that crap, but you guys get what I mean. He makes a video public of himself basically torturing the servant from Tsukiyama's family, and he made it public saying, hey, you know, this guy's not talking, I ripped out his tongue, I'm gonna rip out even more parts from him if he doesn't keep talking, or unless you guys come out and try and rescue him. So I understand he's trying to, you know, bait them out and whatnot, but oh man, it's really brutal to see them going through that. The CCG basically succumbing to complete torture. And it really does show that even Sasaki, as an investigator, is like, yo, is this the only way? Is this the way that we have to basically fight ghouls? By torturing their own kind and not giving them a swift and, you know, painless death? Because this is just messed up. And even Shirazu is, you know, recognizing that as well. We even see moments later on when they get attacked from the Aogiri Tree Hitmen that Shirazu is not even feeling well about using the Quink from Nutcracker. He's about to throw up in his mouth just from the thought of it. So I'm glad they're keeping that with his character. The man just cannot get over it. That wasn't just like a throwaway thought that he had when Nutcracker died. That thought is carrying through with him throughout the entire, you know, series of Tokyo Ghoul. And I'm really glad that he's, you know, feeling it. He's feeling these emotions. It's like, dude, I just can't get over that. She really felt human to me, and it just feels so messed up to use something that was part of her for my own gain. So I'm glad they're keeping that characteristic with Shirazu. But going back to Tsukiyama, there were a lot of comedic elements where, you know, Tsukiyama's trying to sit on a bench with Kaneki, and he's thinking in his head, like, don't you remember all those vivid days? And in my mind, I'm like, bro, I mean, I'm assuming vivid, you mean like, you know, it's hard to forget those days. You remember the time where I told you I want to eat you while you eat someone else? Context, Tokyo Ghoul related. Don't take that out of context. But, yeah, it's like, yo, how can you forget those days? It's really hard to forget something like that. But in Tsukiyama's mind, I'm pretty sure he didn't mean it like that. He's more like on the lines of, don't you remember those beautiful days? Like, we were so happy. We enjoyed each other's company. And I'm like, bro, this guy is so delusional. But that's why we love him. He does not... It's almost like he's too ignorant for his own good. He's a lovable fool, if that makes sense at all. So that was just really funny to see. And then we also see him trying to do disguises. I don't remember if that was in the manga or not, because that just seemed way too comedic for Tsukiyama. Him just basically doing all these disguises, dressing up as, you know, flyermen and hiding behind, you know, clipboard, or not clipboards, but like, you know, those little billboard signs, trying to get some personal, you know, one-on-one with Kaneki, but he can't do that because his posse is always with him. So Rosewall thinks it's a great idea to go to Aogiri Tree and basically say, yo, there's these friends that follow this Sasaki guy. Kill them. Just kill them. I don't care what happens to, you know, Sasaki. Maybe he loses his mind. Just kill them because Tsukiyama wants some one-on-one with him. And then that progresses to the whole garage, the parking garage scene. We get some cool fight scenes with Musuki up against Torso. And Torso, being the sadist that he is, he's just loving Musuki stabbing the crap out of him, torturing him. And all I gotta say is, if you like that, Torso, oh man, you're gonna love your future, because oh man, no spoilers here, no spoilers at all, but if you got, at least from the manga, I remember what happens to Torso, and oh man, I refuse to believe they're gonna take that scene out. I know Tokyo Ghoul tends to be on the censorship side when it comes to adapting the manga, but I mean, that scene is extremely graphic. They don't show what's happening, but you know what? I'm going to stop myself, but, you know, basically what you're going to see with Torso is going to be something heinous, and I'm like, yo, oh man, epic foreshadowing in Re. But then the cherry on top with this episode, which I feel like every episode of Tokyo Ghoul has been doing pretty well, leaving a nice, you know, bow tie on this gift of an episode, was the black clothed figure. You have some dude, some random Aogiri Tree member guy choking the life out of Psycho, even though I felt like Psycho could have handled her own, beating the crap out of that ghoul. But, of course, her Prince Charming comes in and saves her, and I'm not going to spoil who that character is. I feel like if you've been following Tokyo Ghoul, you have a pretty damn good idea who that person is. That person, you know, basically went missing in previous seasons of Tokyo Ghoul, so I think if you're smart enough and put two and two together, it's really easy to see who came in, the black clothed figure who saved Psycho at the end of this episode. And I thought it was badass. I can't wait to see more of that character, because he was definitely one of my faves in Tokyo Ghoul as a whole. But that's pretty much it for the episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Tsukiyama tidbits where it's just Tsukiyama trying his damn hardest to rekindle Ken Kaneki's relationship with him, trying to trigger his memories. Some of them were comedic, like him doing all these disguises, and some of the other ones were like really desperate and really trying hard to, you know, get him to remember him. But hey, he's trying his best. And right now, Roswald is going to the extreme and hiring Hitman to take out his personal guard, Sasuke's personal guard. So now things are starting to heat up, and even, you know, Uri got some, you know, power-up boost in this episode. He was able to take on Roswald pretty easily, choke the life out of him. So we got that as well. But hey, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of the episode? Did you think it was a good adaptation of the manga? Me personally, I thought it was hilarious with all the Tsukiyama tidbits, and then we get some foreshadowing and some segues into the upcoming arc in Ri, which is going to be crazy. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in this you know, finale arc, because I'm assuming probably to episode 13 that's going to be the conclusion of this arc. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Click that dumb bell next to the subscription box so you can stay updated with all my videos whenever I upload them. And don't forget to stay beautiful. I'm Ajax the Mister, and as always, folks, thanks for watching and have a great day.